Hello everybody and welcome to Lobricks. Today we are going to be going over the Mandalorian N-1 Starfighter, which is a LEGO Star Wars set that came out in June of 2022 and retailed for $59.99. Has 412 pieces, set number 75325, and it's for ages 9+. Comes with 4 minifigures here. We got the Mandalorian, we got Grogu, aka Baby Yoda, we got Petty Motto, and we got this little character right there, little fella, little guy. It's called a BD droid, so, you know, little character. So, anyway, let's take a look at what we get, starting off with the box, and, you know, your pretty standard 2022 LEGO box. You got Petty Motto as the minifigure of choice, and then, of course, the back of it landed in Tatooine in one of the bays down there, so very interesting, but, you know, the box only tells so much, so let's pull out the set itself. Alright, so here is the set, and the first thing you'll notice about this N-1 Starfighter is it is absolutely huge in comparison to some other LEGO sets. The size of this thing is just, well, it's actually unbelievable. I'm going to grab some other sets here to show you how large this thing really is. Alright, so first up, I'm going to show you the TIE Fighter, the one from 2020, as you can see there. It's, you know, it's quite large, this set. And then here is the shuttle from the same year. So comparing them side by side, the actual length of this ship, you start to understand how big it really is. It's quite large. So, you know, it adds a little bit of intrigue to the set, because for only $59.99 you can get quite an interesting looking ship that you can, you know, swoosh around and whatnot. But anyway, enough about the actual size of the ship. I want to look at our minifigures here, so let's start there and take a closer look at them. Alright, so first up, we've got the LEGO Mando, and I know what you're thinking, another boring LEGO Mandalorian figure, and not to worry, there is things that are different about this. First of all, the most striking thing, as you'll notice, is that he doesn't have a black head anymore. As you can see, right there, he no longer is a faceless character. There is his face, and I will say that, wow, does that face look just like the actor who plays the Mandalorian in the Mandalorian TV show and the Book of Boba Fett. Another thing is that they ditched the cape. There is no cape on this Mando anymore, so, you know, that's that. He does come with the dark saber as his accessory, which is just a LEGO lightsaber hilt and a black rod, so very creative there, LEGO. I'm glad that you put a lot of effort into that one. And then another thing I love about this figure that really, you know, you could see in the last is the actual silver accenting they put into all of his printing on his arms, on his legs, and on his other arm over there. It really shines and glistens, so very nice. And that can also be found on the back, as you can see. It's got a little bit of reflective properties there. So it looks really nice, the Beskar printing there. So, you know, there's Mando, a very nice figure with some new and much welcome features there. But anyway, let's move on to our next figure. Next up, we've got a classic, but not much changed. We got Grogu. It's a classic figure here. Well, at least it is now, in my opinion. You've got the Grogu head, which is unchanged, and the little baby body there that comes with Grogu. And it is using the standard LEGO body that they have used for LEGO babies in the past. He's got a nice printing on that with his little burlap clothes he wears there. But overall, a very solid and good looking figure, and one that is a nice inclusion in this set. But anyway, let's move on to the next figure. Alright, next up we've got a new figure and currently exclusive figure to this set, Petty Motto. So this is the first time we've seen this figure. She comes with a wrench as her accessory, normal brown LEGO pants there, and some nice torso printing, which looks really good. I think they did a very good job of making the character look like she does in the shows. She's got this very big poofy hair that extends quite far down to through torso and onto the sides of her head. If we take off that hair, we can see that she actually has printing on the back of her torso and an alternate face print there. In this one, she's smirking. She's also got a lot of wrinkles. They did go through the due diligence of adding in that. And then on the other side, you've got a more smiling, happy Pettimano. Either way, you know, she's not in a bad mood. So that's good to see. But overall, a very nice addition to LEGO Star Wars with this figure. And, you know, a welcome one at that. So let's move into the last figure. Alright, so this one's going to be a little difficult to show here, but it is the BD droid. He comes with all sorts of crazy, wacky printing on him, and he's just a little fella. If we actually get up a normal minifigure here, you can see that he is quite small. So the printing on this is actually very impressive. So as you can see, he's got two little eyes there with a little blue line under his torso on some side printing there, which looks very, very nice. Flip it around to the back, he's got an open stud, so you could attach him to certain things or put accessories on him. And then you've got some more printing on the side. You know, for what he is a nice little fella, and all the printing looks well, and it's not done poorly. You know, it overall looks like it was applied very nicely. But the BD droid is a very, very, you know, it's a nice print, nice mold, and I like it. So they did a good job. But that's going to do it for the figures for this set. Alright guys, so here it is, the N-1 Starfighter itself. What a beautiful, beautiful build. And there's one thing I want to mention before we actually get into the main ship itself. It's that LEGO's done something really kooky with their new instructions. Instead of putting the box art on the instructions now, they're doing this weird sort of rendering sort of doohickey. So that's something I wanted to add. But I'm sure you guys have noticed that if you've gotten a LEGO set recently. That's not exclusive to Star Wars. I've seen it on pretty much all themes, except for LEGO City. I haven't seen it on that yet. But anyway, let's take a look at the LEGO Star Wars N-1 Starfighter. So anyway, the first thing I wanted to mention is that the detail on this is immaculate. There is a lot of detail everywhere you look. Starting with the engines here, if we take a look in there, everything's looking very, very, very nice with all sorts of greebling on the insides. And it's the buildup of this is, you know, also really cool. The way you have to put it all together, it works well. Another thing is that you've got a this back part here, this little tail end, which also looks very nice. As you can see there, it is built up with these sticks, kind of a stabilizer bit here, I think. You also could, if you wanted to, put up this little doohickey there when you're flying around, if you felt so inclined. Another place where greebling is used to its advantage, or at least, I guess, the structure itself, is the shaping of the back here. It swoops down very nice, and the engine sticks out, and I think that just looks phenomenal. And that's continued up until the front here, where the whole base here is very nice and uniform and flat. So yeah, the detail on this ship is just incredible. There is so much to look at, and it does look so good. Another place where really the designer, whoever designed this, nailed it, is these sides here, where it's very smooth and comes very symmetrical and uniform to the center here, and very, you know, it looks very much like it did in the show. And this is modeled after a Naboo N-1 Starfighter, or a Naboo Starfighter. I don't know if it was an N-1, but you know, these names, they're too crazy for me. But yeah, it was not modeled after a Naboo Starfighter, which is interesting enough because it looks like a Naboo Starfighter, obviously. So the designs and shapes were taken from that, but also modified down in the show to have more open design. And I think the designer of this Naboo Starfighter did a great job of capturing that. As far as play features go, flying this thing around with your hand is very nice. It's very swooshable. The swooshability here is through the roof. And also another nice little feature is this dome piece. If you push it down, it will shoot out your spring-loaded missile, which is very nice because when you're flying it around and such with your hand, you can just bam and blast away all the bad guys and whatnot. And who might the bad guys be? You know, whoever Mandalorian decides to fight that week on the Book of Boba Fett show, because let's be honest, that's just his show now. And for the price, what you get here with the figures and the ship itself is just unbeatable in my opinion. This is one of the nicest LEGO Star Wars sets I've seen come out of LEGO in a while now. One downside I did notice when I was fiddling around with this thing is that the engine comes off real easily. Just kind of snaps off. It's not really secured in there real well. So that could have been done better. So, you know, that is something you might notice. When you land it, it's fine, but taking off, you might just knock it off accidentally. So that's something you might want to take into consideration. But overall, the N-1 Starfighter is, you know, it's a beautiful ship. It works well, and it looks just like it did in the TV show. So what more could you ask? And as far as pricing, I think, you know, just the size of this thing for the amount of pieces you get, it is priced very accurate. And I think that is something that we're going to notice amongst LEGO Star Wars sets, is the pricing is going to start, at least as far as what I've seen, the pricing has started to become more reasonable and better with some of the recent sets, like the tank. The Republic Fighter tank is looking very well priced with the minifigures you get. We have a review on that. And then, of course, the new Obi-Wan's starship that's coming out is also priced very, very nicely. So, you know, overall, I think LEGO Star Wars as a whole has done very good and a good job. And LEGO Star Wars, particularly with this set, they nailed it. I mean, this thing is just great. And I highly recommend any of you guys should definitely go out and get it. Although this one was quite hard to find, so, you know, it is what it is. You can look around and you scalp away at all your local retailers until you get one, but it's definitely worth getting. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. That's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more videos like this, we have a ton, so go check them out. But I will see you guys in the next one. Later.